This is our SpinLok ball, and essentially all of our ball mount options are based around this SpinLok feature. Hey guys, Matt here with BuiltRight Industries and Mountech. Today we're going to shed a little bit of light on your options when it comes to Mountech device holder hardware, specifically our ball mounts and a couple of the different options there. So I'm holding here a 6-inch arm, which are available in 3 different sizes now. And we use the ball mounts, a ball and socket joint on either end of these arms to secure your gear. So typically one end of this arm would be attached to a dash mount, for example, and then the other end might be attached to some flavor of cell phone holder. This happens to be a spring-loaded Mountech holder, but it's a 1-inch ball, so it's compatible with just about anything you can find. But really the thing I wanted to dig into is the different ball mount options. So I'm going to pull this one out of the baggie here. This is our SpinLok ball, and essentially all of our ball mount options are based around this SpinLok feature. So at the bottom here, there's a set of prongs that essentially interface either with the dash mount directly, which is what I'm going to demonstrate for you in a second, or they interface with a 2-bolt plate, a 4-bolt plate, or the cell phone device holder here. So again, the whole system kind of is based around this ball. Really simple when it comes to the 2-bolt and the 4-bolt plate. You're going to see immediately how it sets in place, and then you're going to tighten that Allen screw, that countersunk screw down in the center. You can see that on this one here. But it's a little bit more complex, or it's actually less complex, but it can be a little bit tricky if you don't understand exactly how it's meant to work when it's on its own in a dash mount just like that. So that's what we're going to get into now. Okay, so here I've got one of our ball mounts, the SpinLok ball mount, and then a 4-bolt plate. You can see the receiving side of the SpinLok feature there. Very simple. That's going to set in there. Drop that screw in, tighten it up, and it'll be locked into place, and it can't spin because even a twisting motion is prevented by that SpinLok feature, which you can see through the bottom here. So this is a case where if you have a bigger device or a specific mounting feature or platform that needs this amps pattern, this is a good option. If you want the simplest, least expensive, most economical option, it's to mount this ball directly to one of our dash mounts, and so that's what I'm going to walk you through now. Fundamentally, the ball is going to sit into that dash mount, which prevents it from spinning. And then we're going to put the screw down through the bottom and use a nut. Where the nut is held by the ball mount, that is where things get a little bit tricky or confusing if you don't know what you're supposed to do here. So, given that this is all stainless hardware, I am going to quickly put a little bit of anti-seize on here. Just a little bit is plenty. But that'll help prevent galling and screwing up those threads, because stainless threads can be a little bit soft. So I've got a little bit of anti-seize on there. I'm going to set that through, and then we'll take a look at the bottom. All right, so now you can see our SpinLok feature is sticking out past the bottom of the dash mount. I've got the screw there. I'm going to get the nylock nut started, and then I'm going to hold the ball in place and let that screw and nut drop into place here. And the idea is that those 2 prongs on the Mountech ball are holding the nut and keeping it from spinning. And then I'm just going to carefully tighten this down. I'm going to keep an eye on both here. Once you get a feel for this, you can do it blind and reach around and do it while it's on the dash. But really just trying to get a sense of how this works. Again, the 2 prongs on that SpinLok feature are keeping this nut from spinning. You do want to make sure you keep them sort of like tight, like I'm doing here. You don't want that nut to slip out of the SpinLok feature. And then just tighten it down, cinch it up. It does not have to be too tight. This is not huge hardware. And there you are, we're all set. So obviously this is easiest done if you've got the dash mount uninstalled, and you can hold it just like I'm doing right now. You can just use your fingers to keep that nut seated in the spin lock feature, and you'll be all set. Okay, so there you have it. That is a quick rundown of the basics of the Mountech SpinLok Ball mounting options, that being the direct mount, which we just went into in detail, the 2-bolt and the 4-bolt mount. If you have any questions, comments, feedback, let us know in the comments. Give us a call, shoot us an email. Thanks for watching.